Hi, Guoyu.
Hi,
How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good too. Thanks for asking. I'm sorry I keep you awake so late. I know it's almost midnight in China, right?
It's okay.
Okay, good.
Problem.
Thanks for understanding. Okay, Guoyu, can you tell me, do you have an English name?
Yes, my English name is Calvin.
Calvin. Okay, Calvin. That's also a popular name. Okay, Calvin, can you tell me your birthday?
But his birthday is uh, mm, March March 17,
Mm-hmm.
1999.
Okay, March 17th, 1999. Good. Kevin, let me ask, which grade are you currently studying?
I'm studying in 11th grade.
Oh, 11th grade. So I want to know which grade are you going to apply?
I would like to apply for 11th grade.
11th grade. Do you consider maybe repeating 10th grade?
Yes, I think that would be suitable for me too.
Okay, yeah, I just want you keep that option open because to be honest, 11th grade is junior year. When you come here, you would start immediately college application, those prepare the test. At the same time, you have to catch up with your classmates. So it will be a little bit too, I think for some students, it will be too tough, okay? So
Yes,
I recommend you keep the other option open to think maybe repeat tense. Okay.
yes, I think that would be better for me.
Yes, personally, I would recommend that. Otherwise, think about that. It's also hard for your school teacher to know you, right? Within a very short period, and they have to prepare a recommendation letter for your college application. That just takes. It's a little bit risky. If we have students who want to apply at a very late to come as a junior, we sometimes recommend them consider repeating the 10th grade. You give the teacher opportunity to know you and give yourself opportunity to shine, okay? Okay,
Okay.
let's just pass that. Also, Kevin, I would like to know, have you taken any English test so far?
I'm taking the step test.
Okay, and the SLAP test, what is your score of the SLAP test?
My, my score is 54.
Oh, 54, okay. And do you plan to take a TOEFL test?
No, I think I'm not prepared for that because I've never taken any TOEFL lessons. I think it would be hard for me.
Okay, that is okay. I know schools have their different admission policies. Some schools accept a SLAP, some schools don't. In your case, I've heard you were very interested in St. Paul, right? St. Paul, the school in Connecticut.
Yes.
I have to tell you, unfortunately, St. Paul does not accept a SLAP. You have to have a TOEFL test score. Another is a slate. You can do a little research. There's another English test is ITAP test. It's also like you take the test, immediately you get the test score. They would accept that. Okay, either TOEFL, TOEFL Junior, ITAP, but they don't accept the SLAP.
Okay.
Okay, but don't worry. We will still help you to talk with the school, but at the same time, let's do this interview to see maybe there are other schools fit for you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So Guoyu, can you tell me which is your hometown? Which city is your hometown?
I live in Xi'an, China.
You're living in Xi'an.
Yes.
Okay, that's yeah. I've heard that's an ancient capital city, right?
Yes, it used to be the capital city of one of the most powerful
Oh
empires
wow.
in the world. It
Mm.
called Tang.
Oh, I see. Tang Dynasty, right? So in Xi'an these days, do you still have lots of ancient architecture there?
Oh, yes, we have a lot of architecture. Like, they left the wall, left the very big wall there, and we haven't taken it down.
Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, the ancient city wall, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, I'm glad we have some to know you a little bit more, then I want to focus on your academics. Okay, let's focus on your school life. Can you tell me, maybe describe a typical school day for me? When do you have to get up? How many classes you have each day? Then what do you usually do after class? So can you describe a typical school day?
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
So usually we come at 6:30, and then I go to school at like 7:30, and I have four classes, which each of the class lasts for 45 minutes, and we have a break of 10 minutes of each class, and then I go for lunch when it's 12 o'clock, and we have four classes, and which each lasts for 45 minutes in the afternoon, and
Mm.
so we go home when it's 7 o'clock. And then I usually do my homework for 2 hours, and then I have a break, and then go to sleep.
Wow, you know what? I'm a little bit shocked to learn like you have four classes in the morning. That's quite normal. And you also have four classes in the afternoon. That's a lot
Uh,
of study time.
it's very normal in China.
Oh, really? So the last school ends around 7 p.m.?
Oh yes,
Wow, that's, yeah, honestly, I just feel that's too much work for teenagers. So there's no after school activity. Do you play sports or have some school clubs?
so I usually play football and table tennis when it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay, so you play table tennis and play football, or we call it soccer, during weekends, right?
Yes.
Okay, good for you. I'm glad you have a little fun for yourself to have some physical exercise. And you spend, may I ask how many students at your class?
So there are 55 seconds
Oh,
students in my class.
wow, 55. That's a lot. Okay, I got it. I understand, as you mentioned, maybe that's quite normal in China. Yeah, I totally got it. So let me ask about yourself. So, of all the subjects you study, what is your favorite subject? Which class you like
My,
best?
my favorite subject is mathematical and English.
Math and English?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, wow, that's a very different field. Can you tell me why you enjoy so much of these two subjects?
I think mathematicals can train people's brains to think logically and think
Mm.
wisely. And English is the key to communicate with world.
Okay, yes, to communicate with the world, help you. A foreign language definitely opens another window for you, right? So you talk about English help you to communicate with other people from other countries. I just wonder, have you ever been abroad? Have you traveled other countries?
Yes, I
Oh,
traveled to England in summer,
oh, so you've
and
been to England. Mm-hmm.
I took a summer camp in England for a month. And I really enjoyed.
Wow, full month summer camp. Did they happen last year or this year?
They have camps every year. I took this year's summer camp.
Okay, so for the full month, what did you do?
So I usually in the morning I have my English class for 2 hours, and in the afternoon we just play different sports with I play different sports with students from all around the world, and we went to London for many times, and we traveled all around the UK.
Okay, I see. So you get the opportunity to interact with the local kids, right? And also kids from other countries. That's wonderful. So interesting. Do you feel there's something very different between you and or between maybe Chinese students and students from other countries?
Yes, I think many Chinese students come there, but they cannot communicate very well with others because their English isn't very good, and they're not so good at sports because they don't have so much time for it.
I see. Okay, so other than language barriers, maybe they just unlike youth from other countries, they don't have a lot of interests, right? They didn't do sports too much. I see. Okay, good to know. I'm glad you have your observation. Then maybe I can relate that to another question. So why are you interested in studying in the U.S.?
I think U.S. have a very scientific educational system, and it has a very positive atmosphere, which can help to build up a more positive character for me, and I have much time to develop myself.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So you just want to have a well-rounded development, and you think U.S. will provide you that opportunity, right? Let's think about this is the positive side, but to study in a foreign country, and would that be any challenge you think about? Have you ever thought about that?
And so I think there will be challenges like culture difference and which problem.
And
And
mhm.
I think I might not be so well. I might not be able to learn so fluently because I might not understand what teacher are talking about for the university or months in US.
Yeah, so you basically anticipated there because of the language barrier, maybe there's a little bit hard to catch up at the beginning. But you are right, it's just maybe take a little while, then you get you get used to that, and your language skills will also improve quickly. Okay, good. Also, other than language, you mentioned the culture difference, but I think I can feel you have very open mind, so that's good. You're really ready and you want to get exposed to other countries. So in that sense, you're mentally you're quite prepared already. So good for that. You just mentioned you like math because it train people have like the logic training. That's definitely for sure. I wonder, so for your future career, are you interested in like becoming engineering? Have you thought about your future plan?
I thought about it. I think first of all, I would like to be a doctor in the future, and I think I would like to be a writer as well and pursue study.
Mm-hmm. A doctor or a writer. Good, interesting. Yeah, I feel at the young age, just always to just dare to dream. Okay, dream big. It doesn't. Nothing can stop you as long you set your goal, either to be a doctor or writer or engineer. That's fine. Just at high school years, build your foundation. Okay. Good for you. I know that math, English is your favorite subject. Let's go to the opposite. What are your least favorite subject? Is there some class you don't enjoy?
Yes, I do badly in politics.
Oh,
And politics.
okay, I see. Yeah, I know like politics or government, this kind of class. Is there any particular reason you feel you cannot do very well in this subject?
Because I think it's not very interesting and it's I think in English.
Okay, that's very interesting, a little bit boring. Maybe it depends how the class is taught, right? If students are only asked to memorize a lot of things, yeah, it's not a lot of fun. Okay, so what do you do for fun in your free time? I know you play table tennis, play soccer, anything else?
I really watch movies and read books a lot.
Okay, you watch movie and read books. Yeah, because you want to be a writer, I assume reading is one of your biggest hobby, right?
Yes.
What kind of books do you like to read?
I recently read a book called The Great Gatsby, and it's written by a genius writer. I like it very much.
Oh wow, interesting. So why do you like Wright's book, this book?
I think it has got very beautiful expressions, and the thought is very meaningful. I really like it.
Okay.
I read this book many times.
Yeah, you must enjoy it a lot, so you read it a couple of times. May I ask, so when you read this book, you read the English one or you read the Chinese translation?
I read it in Chinese translation, but I think I will have a chance to understand the English meaning of the word.
Okay, yeah, that's my recommendation. I think if you, especially since you're already a junior, that will be a challenge. It's you talk about the language barrier, but another thing is, especially for the language arts class, your classmates, they're all American kids. They have read a lot, and they read everything in English. So I would recommend you later on maybe compile a book list just to be aware what your classmates have read in their class. There are always some classic readings at a different grade level they're supposed to read. So you try to find the English books and get yourself better prepared. Okay? Okay, this is just my one of my advice. Okay, let me think. So anything else? Okay, I want to know if you think about your future school, the school you want to apply, anything particularly you look for, like, is there any preference you have for your future school?
Oh yes, I think I prefer school on the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
So even in the think in New York State, it's best. So around the area, I think the schools will be best for me.
Okay, and do you consider like a co-ed school or all boys school? Would that any preference?
I think it will best the school with boys and girls, but I think the boys school is okay as well.
Okay, I think I got it. So all boys are okay, although you prefer co-ed. Okay, I see. How about school size?
School size, I think medium or small is okay.
You like a small school, right?
Yes.
Yes, I think a small school for international students, you'll get that community feeling and there's a close interaction between faculty and students. That's definitely advantage. Other thing is, yeah, pretty much that's it. How about the school sports or school academics? Do you have any expectation?
I think there should be. I think I like football, but I'm confused about if there will be schools with uh, soccer. I think it would be bad.
Yeah, you a little bit confused me as I explained. For Chinese people, when you say football, it's what I usually call soccer here. So, can you explain to me? So, for your future school, you prefer they have a soccer team or they have a football team?
I prefer they have a soccer team.
Okay, yeah, I know for most American high schools, they definitely have a football team, but there are also a lot, they have some soccer team. Yeah, soccer is also a popular sport in the US. They stay become increasingly popular. Okay, anyway, I will just mark a note here. You know what? Next, I want to try to see we can do the second part or not. I know you're using a phone, so on your screen, have you seen a reading passage?
Oh yes.
Okay, good, good. So I would like to invite you to read out loudly and clearly. That I may have one or two questions after you read it. Okay?
Oh, no problem.
Okay, so when you're ready, you can start.
Okay. So let's start now.
Yeah, you can start now.
Jack learned a story called The Worm tells of a dog stolen from California who is taken to Alaska during the close-like gold rush in the late 1890s. Buck becomes a sled dog, part of a team that transports supplies and people through the harsh winters. He has inevitable that the clash of for the leadership should come. Buck wanted it. He wanted it because it was natural, because he had been rooted tight by namely incompatible pride of the trial and the chase. That pride which holds dogs in toy mascots, which leads them to die joyfully in the harness, and break their hearts if they are cut out of the harness. This was the pride of Dave, as well as of solace as he could with all his strength. The uh, pride that laid hold of them at break of camp, transferred them from soul and sullen lust into sullen anger, victor's cravings. Pride that spurs them on all day and drops them at pitch of camp at night. Lets them fall back into glory, unrest, and discontent. This was a pride that collapsed him and made him trash the sad dogs who blundered and strived in the chase or hide away at parties of time in the morning. Likewise, it was a pride that made him a buck as possible lead dog, and this was Buck's pride too. So,
Okay, good. How do you feel about this paragraph?
uh,
Easily get lost, right? Especially when you read it from a small screen. Okay, don't worry. When we read anything, we have those some W questions, right? Why, who, where, when. So let me just ask you, who are the main characters of this passage?
uh,
Hmm?
Jack London.
See, the first word tell you Jack London's story. So actually, Jack London is the author of this book. So let me ask you again. So who, what, or maybe what are the main characters?
The main characters is a dog called Buck.
Exactly, it's a dog called Buck. My next question will be, so is Buck like a pet animal, like we usually keep a dog as a pet at home, or he is a special type of dog?
He's a special type of dog. He helps people transport lives.
Right, he's a sled dog, so which is, I think from what you're saying, I kind of feel you know the meaning of sled, right? It's a type of transportation usually in the very cold area. Okay, that we know for sled dogs, they usually have to work together. Okay, this is a team of dogs. It's a group of dogs work together to pull the sled. My question is, what is the relationship among them? Okay, yeah, we have Buck. In this paragraph, you may notice there are some other names like Dave, right? And yeah, so I wonder what is the relationship between Buck and the other dogs? Are they very friendly to each other? They get along very well, or is there some conflict among them? You may notice we have Buck, we have Dave, we have Solix, we have we have Spitz. So what is the relationship? Let's just make this simple. Whether they are like a very lovingly environment, they support, they love each other, or there's some conflict. They all want something and they fight for it.
They all want something and they fight for it.
Okay, yeah. If you read carefully, you actually will also notice there's one sentence that it was inevitable that the clash for leadership should come. So it's like all of them want to be the next leader. That's why they have some resentment towards each other. Okay, good. You know what, Kevin, you did a good job. I really appreciate your time, and I think our interview will stop now. So thank you again. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
Okay.